Welcome to Crypto Hustle 101. In this video, I'm going to go over how I use the charts I create along with technical analysis to determine when to enter and exit my trade positions. I'll leave a link to this chart down below in the description so you can have access to it. Now, you don't need a TradingView account in order to view the chart, but you will need a TradingView account if you want to save it for yourself and make changes to it. Now, today what we're going to look at is my Ethereum USDT Binance with a 4-hour time frame chart. First thing I want to do is let me go ahead and hide some of this stuff. All right, now this is what I start with. I start with a blank chart, and the first thing I do is I'll create this fib channel grid, and I create that with the fib channel tool, which is located over here. So to show you how that works, let's go to this one. Now in our last video, we went over the Fibonacci retracement tool, which when you use it makes horizontal lines with the Fibonacci levels on it. But the Fibonacci channel, the fib channel tool rather, which is located right here, use it like this, and it allows you to make diagonal lines with the Fibonacci levels on it. So, and you can also adjust that to any angle that you want. Back to the chart at hand. Alright, so I start with that, and what this allows me to do is use that same fib channel tool to quickly find trend lines that price respects. Let me show you what I mean. Let's click the tool again. Alright, now what you can do, as long as you go from any parallel line on the chart, you can quickly find trend lines that price will respect. Like so. So what we got here, we have strong support and resistance here, price is respecting here, here, and it also works in the other direction. Let me close that out. Let's do here. Bam, got a channel here, here, here. So as you can see, this saves time for me trying to figure out where the trend lines are myself, and it's also very accurate because it's using the power of the Fibonacci levels. Okay, so let me show you how you can use that to kind of predict where price is going to go. Let's close that out. Let's highlight this, and let's go back here. Now what I did with this one is I drew one between this parallel line and this parallel line right here. And once I did that, that gave me this trend line right here. Let me go ahead and zoom out, and we're going to highlight it with the actual trend line. All right. All right. So if we take a look at this trend line and how price has reacted to it as it's gone through price discovery. If we look here, it broke away from this trend line, was finding support on this line, but when it came back down through there, it stopped right at this trend line and found support. Went up here, came back down, found support again and again. Came back up, and now it's bouncing back and forth between this line and this strong trend line right here. Now if we look, what date was this? This is January of this year. Let's move this down. When it finally broke the trend line was over here in May 19th of this year. So all the way from January to May, this price, this asset, as it continued to go up, up, and up, continued to respect this trend line numerous times until finally it broke. And I was able to draw that trend line way back here and see what's going on into the future. So also, after it broke, let's take a look at what happened after it broke. Once it breaks it, what's it do is drawn back to this trend line, gets rejected. Back down, comes back up, same trend line, gets rejected. And to see how it works is that once something continues to be support over and over again. Once it breaks through, it turns into resistance on the other side. All right. So that's that. Another thing you can do is use the Fib circle tool to try to find curve support and resistance that price respects. Let me show you how that works. Fib circle tool is over here. What you're going to be doing is clicking between 2 points and seeing where you can find curve support and resistance that price respects. All right, so that's how it works. Let's just go between, start here. All right. So we go here. Let's zoom out so we can see a better picture. All right, you can start to see some confluence, but you just work it around until you can find something that you really like. Now, let's see. Oh, wait. All right, so zooming out. I went between this point and this point, and you can see still kind of shaky. It's not the best. Some here, some here. But in any event, wait. What you're trying to do is see where you can find the best circles that price respects. Kind of here, kind of here. It takes a little practice, but I already have some drawn. We got this one and this one. All right. Let's do... All right, so if you look here, price came up through here, came back down, found support on this yellow ring, and went all the way up to the next yellow ring before it got reversed back down. And right now, and it's over here, finding support on this ring right here again. And if it comes down to here, it'll probably find support again. There's a good chance of that again. If you look at the white rings, what price is doing is it's going up between rings. It'll come here, come back down, find support on the ring right here. Come back down again, find support again. Go up, up, past it, go through, reject, reject, and just like the other one, it goes from resistance to support, like it did on the trend line right here. You'll see it if we zoom in, get a better view. See, resisted, rejected, up, came through, bounce, support. All the way up, all the way up, rejected on this ring. But it always thinks at every ring. It thought here, all right, I want to go higher. Nope, want to come back down. Came back down, think, support, bust through, but it ultimately came back down and found resistance again on this ring. So I'm already seeing a strong reaction to price when it gets to this ring. All right, and if we zoom out, as price goes on, it continues to do so. Comes back down, support. Comes back down, support. Now we're up here. Some price action here, but ultimately we're here. So and we're finding support on this actual trend line right here, because when it dropped out of nowhere, it stopped on this yellow line and this trend line right here. So right now we're finding support over here on this trend line. But if it was to break through, I would first look for reasons to get in or maybe continue down. If it supports here, all right, we may push back up to this trend line. If it busts through this, the next form of support is going to be this white ring, because it's already shown to be support several times before. So I don't know exactly what it's going to do, but I can take a stronger look once it gets to these points and say, all right, there's a good chance of support here, here, and if we really go down, hey, support right here. So putting all this together, let's go ahead and do a review of everything we went over in the first video and what we learned from this one. All right. Okay, let's review what price did. Okay, over here, it's bouncing around here and here. We see a pretty significant move right here. We got 128% move. That's pretty significant. Let's take these off for now. Bring them back later. All right. So first thing we do is let's make sure that we're in a decent location, that we're not going to play ourselves. All right. So we go back, we get our good fib retracement tool, start at the top, and come on down. All right. So that's the beginning of the actual breakout. Be right here. So I'm going to put it there. All right, so right here, we're in the green zone, so it's a good location. What other indicators will we see to make us believe that the price wants to go higher? All right, you see bullish divergence right here. It's highlighted up the top. Price is going down here. On the MACD, we have higher lows. So that's bullish divergence there. We also have another one right here. Let's highlight that. We got lower lows in price with higher lows in MACD. So that's two bullish divergences. And also, let's go ahead and make it to where you can see what I'm talking about. This right here is a double bottom, and that's bullish market structure. So I got location, I got momentum, and I got bullish market structure. So by a trading plan, I would have to let this confirm. And how you confirm that is once let's make that thicker for visual purposes. This actually doesn't confirm until after it breaks through here. So what that's doing is, so now we got to go by the rules. Let's see how much risk to reward that is. Okay. All right. So what we have now is we have to go by, you're risking to the bottom of where the actual structure started right here. So we would have to risk from the top of here to here. Right now I don't have 2-to-1, so I can't really take a trade here. I don't see where I'm going to exit at. I don't have a full exit plan. And I don't see 2-to-1 because I don't know. Like I say, if we're back here, I don't know it's going to go up here. It could, let me just close that first. It could like fill right here and come back down, or it could come up a little bit, and it's not a 2-to-1, so it's not a high probability of being profitable in this right now the way it is. But if you add the circles that I had, the picture becomes a little clearer. All right, let's go ahead and hide that. With the circles in play, what I have is I have all the three things that I said before. I have momentum, I have location, and I have market structure. But I can use this as my starting point for my trade and look to the left, and I can use this as my exit point of the trade. And if you do it that way, let's see what the numbers say. So come back, look left, use that. And if I just go to the top of where this is, where it last got rejected, like say over here, got rejected in this circle, I'm looking anywhere in this circle. So right now we're at a 5-to-1. So I could technically, by my trading plan, enter this trade and not break any rules and have a high likelihood of being profitable. And that's what it's all about. What this does is it gives me another edge. Instead of having to wait till it breaks the trend line over here, it breaks the structure over here and confirms a W, I'm able to get in down here and still have some type of plan for my trade and I'm not just guessing. So that's how that goes. All right, let's take a look where ETH is right now before we close this video out and try to figure out where it's going to go from here. I don't need this anymore. Don't need these anymore. And let's zoom in. Well, actually, let's do that. All right. So if we, I don't need that anymore. Let's go ahead and close that out too. These charts can get really cluttered if you're not careful. All right. So right now, price is here. We're finding support resting on this line right here. If I look at my Williams R percentage, we're kind of oversold right now. MACD maybe trying to curl up a little bit. Also, let's go ahead and draw a new channel. Oh, there it goes. Okay. You want to try to be as accurate as you can when you make these, going between the lines. Okay. All right. So what price has done is, since we've been on this ring, well, support, back up, resistance on this line, and now we're back down at support here. So if price was to continue to go on, and it would curl up, and since the rings have ended, I would look for us to see resistance if we pressed up at this line, wherever that may be. See, the thing about diagonal support and resistance is that when it hits these trend lines, it may be at this price, it may be at this price. We don't know when that's going to be, but we know that, as in the past, it's had a strong reaction and getting rejected at here. But when it gets there, after hitting it this many times, it may bust through it and turn into support on the other side of it. So we don't know with that. Also, if say we were to go up and come back down, all right, we have support possibly on this line, but we know on this ring, this yellow one right here, we're finding support right now, we did earlier. And also below it, we have this as a final form of support on this white ring right here. So we'll go ahead and close this video out right there. Hope this was helpful. Like I said before, I'm going to leave a link to this live chart in the description. You can go ahead and view it, take into consideration if you have any ETH right now. Also, what I would like to do is have you guys leave some comments. This is my second video. Thanks for sticking with me, checking me out. Let me know what you think in the bottom, if I talk too fast, if I'm talking too slow. If there's an asset you want me to take a look at, maybe chart, and we can go over in the future, just let me know at the bottom. And I'll see you guys next video.